Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Dion King Live. And what I'm gonna talk about is something, you know, I'm kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I'm still happy. Wanna know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Wait just a minute. Sorry about that. I'm back. But what I'm gonna talk about is sometimes you got to get to the good. Sometimes you got to get to the bad to get to the good in life and basketball. Well, there's this team I love. I've been loving them ever since Jordan retired. Um, I never bandwag no more ever since that. And the team I had, I started loving was the Lakers. And Kobe came in. So Kobe came in and he was a young guy that wanted to learn a lot about what Jordan did and how he prepared himself in the game. Now think about this. When Jordan first got in the game, Jordan used to ball hog. You know what I'm saying? He was the type of player that, you know, felt like, okay, I want to win. I want to win. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. Same thing with Kobe. You know, Kobe, he didn't come out right, but at the same time, he kept going. This is what I look at right here. When you great and you very good and you know that you good, there time people gonna get tired of you. They gonna get tired of hearing your name called out. Some folks gonna say like, "Won't you get somebody else a chance to win?" You know what I'm saying? Jordan, he ain't caring about what folks said. You're gonna be talked about. Let me tell you something. Magic was talked about. He was talked about the HIV and all this stuff. Magic was clear he was HIV positive, but at the same time, he passed it and everything else. Now he ain't that no more. Because he had something to cure it, and by the grace of God. But this is what I'm saying here. We had a good team this year, the Lakers. The Lakers, LeBron James and AD. Things didn't really go out right, especially like the earlier of the season. Things didn't go well. We was playing good at first, earlier. Then next thing you know, AD got hurt. And all of a sudden, LeBron, he get hurt in the Atlanta Hawks game. That really messed us up. But see, I'm not gonna get on them two because I understand they warriors, they fighters. What I'm getting on is the other cast. KC Pope, Kuzma. Kuzma been doing good with Kobe, scoring 20-something points and everything else. What makes me mad with him, he's not taking it serious. He's scared. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because he depended on AD and LeBron to do all the work. When you look at Atlanta Hawks with Trae Young, Bogdanovic, Collins, and everything else, no boys ain't afraid. And then you got the other guys that ain't afraid. Lou Williams coming in now. You know what I'm saying? They balling. They balling. The way they balling, they would have beaten us too. Because think about it. They ain't afraid. Trae Young, he ain't afraid. He gonna knock it. He don't care who he faced. It wouldn't even matter if it was the Clippers. And the Clippers in trouble too. Because Dallas, they about to get on them. Dallas win tonight, the Clippers be eliminated. Because the pressure is on them. Dallas done beat the Clippers like 3 times in a row. See, this is the thing about people. I don't understand. Now, I ain't making no excuses about this year because I already know it was injuries. If we didn't have injuries, Phoenix wouldn't even beat us like this. I don't care what anybody say. They can sit there and say whatever they want to say about my team, but think about it though. Be careful because for one, do your team even got any rings? 2, why are you talking about a winning organization team that had rings? People can say, well, that's a long time ago. Well, we still got rings because what you done in the NBA for? You know, you just be in the NBA just to win as many games you can in the regular season, and then all of a sudden in the playoffs, you get out in the first and second or third round. Oh, you gonna do that every year? You know what I'm saying? We just got to finish winning one last year. People are like, well, that was last year. So what? Did your team even win one? It's not me being mad or anything. No, I'm just spitting out real facts. Because people don't understand. You know, it's crazy when a person talk about your team, but do they even have a team? Because for one, I say for myself, I've been a Laker fan since 99. Long as Kobe been with the Lakers and everything up, played for 20 years, he won 5. 5. Tim Duncan with the Spurs, he won 5. How many rings does Allen Iverson have? How many rings does Reggie Miller have? How many rings does Charles Barkley have? How many rings does Patrick Ewing have? The lowest that you can go to is with Akeem Olajuwon when Jordan wasn't even playing. You know what I'm saying? He got his 2 rings. 2. Then you look at the Pistons. How many rings does Isaiah Thomas have? 2. 2. How many rings does Dwayne Wade have? 3. 3. See, a lot of people don't understand, bro. it ain't easy to win no ring. It's not easy. You can talk about a person having a bad day or whatever. That's fine. Yeah, it might have took the Lakers a long time to get back where they went at. But I tell you one thing, ever since LeBron came to the Lakers, he got us one. You know what that add up to? 17 rings. 17 rings. See, like Brooklyn, I want to see how long they be. I want to see how long, if they win a championship, I want to see how long they be together. Would they be like Kobe them? You know, I want to see it. Will they be like Jordan and Pippen? Will they stay as long as Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and Manu Ginobili? Will they stay as long as like Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson? I want to see how long they be together. Will James Harden, Kyrie, and KD be together? I want to see this. I want to see how long Chris Paul be with the Phoenix Suns. I want to see if they're going to win a ring. I want to see this. It's getting good. I'm not worried about my team losing this year. It's not going to affect me because I know as long as I kept my team 6 in all. 6. Now, when I was a Bulls fan with Jordan from 85 to 98, 6 rings. So when people talk about my team and everything up, hey, I look at them, I'm like, y'all the dumbest fools I ever seen because y'all don't know y'all history of basketball. See, basketball is about getting that ring. So when you're in the regular season, you're trying to win as much as you can. You're going to lose some games. Ain't going to be no perfect team. The only team that was kind of a little bit perfect was Golden State Warriors and Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and all of them. And then Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. And they were 73-9. Michael Jordan with him was 72-10. And that was around in 96. So my thing is, for all those people that hate the Lakers, don't like the Lakers, you don't have to like them. I ain't like the Celtics, but I give them respect. You want to know why? Because they got 17 in all. People say, well, that's a long time. Don't matter. It matters. It matters to that community. It matters to that state and town. You know, it matters to them. It matters to the fans. You know what I'm saying? You don't realize that, then you don't know your basketball history. I ain't trying to say I know everything. Who gonna be it this year? Can they retain it the next year? I can tell you one thing. LeBron gave Lakers one. That adds up to 17. But I know one thing. We're going to be better the next year. Only thing we got to do is find some shooters. Get rid of Kuzma. Get rid of KCP. And everything. Get rid of Jared Dudley. We don't need him. You know, he ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody that, you know, that wants to win, that won a championship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had a bad year this year. It's okay. Yeah, hey, I'm lifted up, bro. I ain't no worries. You know, I'm like, okay, it's cool. Win some, lose some. You know, you're gonna lose some games. Ain't no big deal. But at the same time, I want to see who's gonna be the championship this year. And I want to see how good they're gonna be the next year. If I ever, you know, the league, and then the next year. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize every year you dare to win a championship. Think about with Tom Brady when he was in football. You know what I'm saying? People were talking about him and look at what he just done. He lost 2 regular season games. 2 regular season games. And then in the playoffs, he came and beat it, Drew Brees them in the playoff. That matters more than a regular season. If you don't believe that, then I don't think you know your sports. You can sit there and talk about what this dude's sorry and everything else. Hey, everybody gonna play sorry sometime. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no perfect football player, ain't no perfect basketball player. And only perfect person I know is the man up above. So everybody gonna make mistakes. So people get on somebody about their mistakes and everything up. You need to fit in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? And see if you can do it. Because for one, let's see if your team is better than the team that I have or the other person have. Who is your team? How many have they won in all? Have they even won a championship? If they ain't won no championship, you shouldn't be talking about a team that have won a championship. That's just real facts. If you don't think that it matters of the rings that team had won, then something wrong with you. Because it seems to me that if that's the case, why play basketball, football, and all? You saw how much heart that Allen Iverson had when he played against the Lakers, but he had so much heart. He won that game 1, but couldn't win game 2, game 3, game 4, and game 5. He had all that heart, but his other teammates didn't have that much heart like he did. Kobe had all the help that he had. You know what I'm saying? When the Lakers played against Paul Pierce and we played against them the first time, they beated us. But at the same time, we came back strong the next year. We played Orlando and we won our 4th. Kobe won his 4th ring. And then next thing you know, the next year came up. We ended up playing the Boston Celtics again. And we won that in LA. And Kobe won his 5th ring. Adds up 5. If that ain't good, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know. Because it's crazy the way a person think. You know, yeah, they're going to have their opinion. But the real facts is you got to win it every year. That's not easy. It's not. It's not easy. Allen Iverson want one real bad. You think Allen Iverson don't want to be on a good team? He can't even win a ring. Reggie Miller, hard as he played, he a warrior. He can't win a ring because Jordan was in the way. You know what I'm saying? Jordan wanted bad. He wanted to dog you out. I'm just telling real facts to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Phoenix, son, hey, I can't get mad with them. You know what I'm saying? They did their part. You know what I'm saying? We got next year. Lakers don't even need to be putting their head down, bro. They ought to be happy. Man, we got the most, we tied up with the best. 17 rings, and out of everybody else in the NBA ain't even close, bro. Close. Close. If that ain't nothing, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's crazy. Sometimes you got to think about who team you talking about. LA Lakers gonna be still a winning organization, regardless. That's history, bruh. That's history. People say, well, that's a long time ago. No, I don't care if it's 1945. That's history. If you got a team, name your team of how close they is. Close, the closest one to the Lakers and the Celtics. And to be real with you, it's those Bulls and the Spurs. And the blessed person that had like most rings from different teams is Robert Horry. That joker got about 7 or 8 rings. Mm-hmm. Look at Steve Kerr. Got about 2 to 3 or 4 rings, and then get some with the Golden State Warriors as a head coach. I'm just speaking real facts. So when people talk about my team and stuff, I don't even really care, because it's all about getting that ring. It's all about getting that ring. That's what it's all about. That's what the NBA is all about, getting that ring. You ain't got no ring. You shouldn't even be talking about a team. You shouldn't even be talking about a winning organization team. I don't care how long it was. They still got that ring, because every year you dare to get it. Look how hard Giannis trying to get one. Look how desperate. Look how desperate doggone James Harden. He ain't got one. That's why he wanted to play with Brooklyn, because he wanted to get that ring. Sometimes people need to think about who they talking about. And one thing about me, I ain't really mad about what happened last night. Yeah, we got blowed out, but that's okay. We still gonna stand strong. We got next year. It ain't the end of the world. Everybody lose. Kobe used to go through that, before he retired. He had younger players on his team. People used to talk about him because they was hating on him. They know he was they know he was that man. They know he was. You can't fake that out. People just trying to put on the front. You know what I'm saying? You know the man good. You know the man good. And see, I knew this was gonna happen, because Jordan, people used to hate Jordan. People didn't like Magic. They got tired of watching the Celtics and the Lakers play. People got tired of Jordan. Nobody didn't like Jordan, because they know he was a man. And then at the same time, here come Kobe and Tim Duncan. People got tired of watching the Spurs and the Lakers play. People got tired of that. They didn't want to see that. All I'm saying is, when you're a winning organization, I don't care if it took 6 years for them to come back to get their team rebuilt and right, you still a winning organization. It's about how many you have. It's about how many you have. You know, people can make excuses about, oh, I'm talking about this year. Don't matter. It's about how many you have. If you ain't got no ring, you shouldn't be talking about anything. Anything at all. Nobody's team. It's all about getting that ring. That's what it's all about. It ain't gonna be perfect, but it's all about getting that ring. If you don't get it this year, it'll be a next year. Just talking about facts, real facts. It's about a process, and it's about every year how your team communicate together. If your team don't communicate together or play together or whatever, not trying to play or whatever, then the owner and everybody else, the organization, need to make some adjustments and get the right players to play with that team that want to win. So, hey, this is Dion King Live. Just speaking facts. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose. You know, I'd rather to go through the bad to get to the good than go through the good to get to the bad. Hey, one love, peace, stay blessed.